a pregnancy
to a woman is
perhaps one of the
most determinative
aspect
of life. It
disrupts
her body. It
disrupts
education,
it
disrupts
employment,
and it
often
disrupts
entire
family.
life. And we feel
That
because of the
on the
woman,
this is
a
which is
such fundamental
and
basic
concern
to
the
woman,
involved,
that she should
be
allowed
to
make
the
choice as to
whether
to
continued
or
to
terminate,
pregnancy
no,
woman
can
call
herself
free
until
she
can
consciously,
whether
she
will or will not be
a
mother. This argument
reminds us
that
even
the
abortion debate we
should
regard
the
woman as
a
person
and not just
as
a
container
for
the
fetus. We
should
therefore
give great consideration to her rights
and
and needs as well as
those
of
the
unborn abortion
is
an
important
element
of
women rights.
because
Women
are
more
affected
by
the
abortion debate
than
men
the individual and
as
a
gender. Women need
the
rights
to abortion
to
full
rights over their own
body
the
right to
decide whether or not
to
carry
a
the fetus
to
birth.
without
This is
right
they do not
the
same
moral.
status
as men
This
landmark
decision
not only
protects
rights
of
bodily
integrity,
and
autonomy
but has
enabled
millions
of
women to
participate fully
and
equal
in
society.
Rape culture.
is when
Your
first
response
To-
hearing
a victim's
story
is
to
for
reasons
might be
exaggerating,
rape culture is when we believe
Mia Farrow manipulated,
her
daughter
before we believe
Woody Allen
sexually
abused
his daughter
rape culture is when we
Make
a
million
lists
of
prevention lists for
women but
fail
to teach men not to rape. Rape culture.
is when a
judge sentenced
a
man
To
60 days,
and
jail
after
repeatedly
12
year-old daughter
rape culture is when
we are
liars
until
proven,
truthful
rape culture is when
Trump
described
sexual assault
and
almost no
one
understands
them.
Trump
is
describing
sexual assault
rape culture is when a
presidential candidate
can say
grab him by the pussy.
and
openly,
assault
women
without
penalty
rape culture is when
colleges,
Go-
easy,
rapists and shame
their
victims rape culture is when
Brock Turner
only
serves half
of
already
ridiculous
short
sentence
Rape culture is
when
Brock Turner's father,
rights,
that is
a steep price to pay for 20 minutes of action.
amount of
20
years of
Life.
women must realize that they have internalized
sexism
by
admitting
our
participation,
in the system. We can
began
to change it,
critique femininity.
but never ever
forget
that to be a woman is to be feminine in the
eyes,
of society. I believe that the
Concept femininity
will
eventually,
become
archaic
or
at
the very
least cease
to include traits that are
not
actually
related,
to gender. But in the
meantime,
it's up to
us
to
determine
whether
or
not, we are gonna to allow the
label,
to
continue
to remain.
Stigma.
or
If we are gonna to
reclaim
the
Concept.
and turn it into something that's
strength,
rather than
weakness,
on
yet
another
level,
the
Realizations.
about
our
internalized sexism.
Intensify.
When
start
to consider how we feel
writing
this
article,
with
feeling ashamed,
these
questions
and
feelings
of
shame
come from
within,
but are a product of
external,
Message about women
first we are
taught,
that if we are
hurt,
or
manipulated,
is our
fault,
as the
victim,
the second we are
taught,
that women are our own.
worth
enemy,
How can you say that? You are clearly not against feminism. You just don't understand it. Feminism is about equality and equal rights and men sexualizing women and making them an object and a pay gap. What about the pay gap and voting rights and stuff? And yes, we are
taught,
that feminists are especially people and should be
feared,
not only these
Three.
things not
speak,
to our, but they do not even
Ring.
true, intellectual, yet
they have
been
internalized
so
deeply,
that we
Find-
find them
Boiling.
Love.
Inside.
of
us,
as we
right,
this
creating,
shame
internalized misogyny
is the
involuntary internalization,
by women
of the sexist
message
that are
present.
there.
societies
and
culture
stay awesome, stay positive. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.